Jeff WITTEK is one of the most famous barbers in the world. Additionally, he is also a YouTuber and comedian and even has his own successful podcast. Do you want to know how much Jeff WITTEK actually makes, how high his current net worth is, and what he spends his hard-earned cash on? Stay tuned and you will find out. Jeff WITTEK currently has around 3.1 million subscribers on his YouTube channel, Jeff WITTEK, and his videos receive an average of around 1.5 million views per month. Based on that, we estimate that Jeff WITTEK earns around $5,000 to $12,000 per month in YouTube ad revenue with his main channel. However, Jeff also runs two other YouTube channels, Jeff FM and Jeff FM Clips. He has around 300,000 followers with Jeff FM and around 100,000 with Jeff FM Clips. His videos also get around 1.5 million views a month on Jeff FM and around 250,000 on Jeff FM Clips. So, we can assume that he earns another $5,000 to $12,500 a month through these two channels. With all three channels together, he therefore has a monthly income of around $10,000 to $25,000 on YouTube. He also sells Jeff's barbershop merch and hairstyling products on his website, jeffwittek.com, both at pretty steep prices. It is not officially known how much he earns from this. However, we estimate that it is certainly at least $100,000 a year. On Instagram, Jeff currently has about 3 million followers and regularly posts content. Sometimes he does paid promotional posts. We think he receives about $10,000 to $20,000 for each of these. With about 7 such posts a year, that's about $105,000. Jeff also has additional advertising revenue through various advertising deals with well-known brands, such as Old Spice and Colgate, with whom he has worked over the years. How much he earns from these contracts is not publicly known, but it is certainly several $100,000 in total. His podcast, Jeff FM, is also a huge success. The weekly episodes appear on all major podcast platforms, such as Spotify, Apple Podcasts, and also YouTube. How much he earns with this podcast is unknown, but we estimate that it is probably at least $100,000 a year across all platforms, since he frequently does ad segments during the pods. With about 2 million subscribers, Jeff WITTEK is also on TikTok. There, too, he is paid for paid posts by his sponsors and earns an estimated $5,000 to $10,000 for each of those. With about 7 such posts per year, that's about $35,000 to $70,000. Jeff spends his hard-earned money mainly on his luxurious lifestyle, with lots of vacations, cars, and fine clothes. To what extent he also invests his money is not known. Jeff WITTEK keeps a pretty low profile on this, but we think that he certainly has some investments. Ultimately, almost all wealthy people invest their money to increase it even more. Overall, we think that Jeff WITTEK currently makes around $100,000 a month and has a net worth of around $2.5 million. Considering how many projects he is working on at the moment, he will likely be able to increase his income and net worth even more in the future. That's it again for today. If you liked our video, share it with your friends.